Hey guys, today I wanted to come on here to talk about my hopes for what I want to see from the remakes of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. And I kind of just want to talk about what I hope they add or maybe keep from the originals to see in the new versions. And I think I have like a list of like 3 things for each for New Vegas and 3 that I want to see for both. So, number 1 for New Vegas, I want to see kind of consistency with the game and how they consistent in terms of like keeping the content from the original while also improving upon it, and also consistency in like the way they go about remaking the game. And that also goes for Fallout 3 in a way. And I kind of just hope they are able to implement that in the best way to best do justice to the originals while also improving upon them in a way. And I know people are skeptical that they could, and I would be too. I understand where this skepticism comes from. I'd be skeptical about if they can pull it off, or if they'll be able to pull it off. And, that remains to be seen, but I think they could. It'll be really hard in a way for them to be able to do that. And I just will have to remain to see if they're able to do that in the best way to stay true to the source material they're going by. And moving on to number 2, I think the characters and storytelling for the New Vegas remake, it has to be by the book. I don't want them to change anything to fit any sort of like modern times or any sort of agendas. Keep politics completely out of it and just focus on what the original games had, and maybe adding from concept art or planned out things that were supposed to be in the original New Vegas but got cut because of like shortened time with the 18 months of to develop the game and publish it. And I want the characters to be true and to keep them how they were in the original, because changing them wouldn't do any justice. And I know since it's a remake, it probably will, some things will get changed, but I hope the core aspects that keep New Vegas alive won't be changed, as it would make the game bad and not really do justice to what it's trying to achieve. It's trying to be a remake to arguably some would consider one of if not the best Fallout game. And so for them to do that, they have to try to make these characters by the book to the way they were in the original game. And I hope they can do that, but I don't know if they could. I just hope Bethesda is able to implement that to the best of their abilities. And now, moving on to point 3 for the New Vegas remake. Weapons, combat, and like environmental storytelling I'd put together. I'd want the weapon system to stay how it is for New Vegas and 3. But I'd want possibly a more in-depth mod and weapon attachment system like you'd see in Fallout 4, possibly make the weapons more in depth, and also keeping the conditioning system, because I love that. And it's not really a big issue once you get to the late game. You're able to maintain your weapons all the time, buy weapon repair kits and that such. But I would just want them to keep that, because, like I said before, keeping true to the source while also, in a way, making an improvement, I feel like. Because I want each weapon to have a ton of different attachments and mods, but keeping how there's unique weapons, and how there's not just one weapon that has 5,000 different modifications like it is for Fallout 4 with like the assault rifle, laser, and plasma weapons, which I hope they would find a way to implement the things from New Vegas and 3 and combine that with a system, a hybrid system of 4. And now moving on to the Fallout 3 remake. I think for my number one, factions. I want the factions for 3 to possibly be improved upon and maybe reworked, as I feel it was a very straightforward game. I liked the game, but I felt it was too straightforward, and there wasn't as much choice in a way for what you were doing. Because I feel in a way like they need to be able to make the games like more in depth and add upon it, while also trying to get rid of any flaws that the games might have had. Like Fallout 3 feels is very much a one like story mode more game, and like to be able to have more options and maybe be more evil or be more nuanced, and to add a more complex side in a way to the game, and being able to have your like actions matter more, and you feel more weight. And I get like after the game with like Broken Steel, you can see your outcome, like the outcomes of your action. But I think that you should be able to do more and have more impact on the story and changing it. And number 2, I think, would be possibly changing, or not changing, but keeping the atmosphere that 3 had. Because I feel like Fallout 3 had one of the best atmospheres. So the remake should encapsulate the original and make and expand upon it. And I think with the update of tech, they should have much more like giant skyscrapers and the such to truly show off the atmosphere of this game, and to show off a post-war capital of the US in DC, and I hope they're able to do that. And for number 3 would probably be keeping the amount of environmental storytelling and subtle random encounters and stuff you can do in the game. I think that's one of the coolest aspects that they brought back for 4, is a random countering system and being able to see that. And it's something I really hope they're able to do and put a lot more effort and possibly elevating it from the original to make it into a true spectacle, to actually want to walk around the wasteland, so they're able to encounter all these things, and to have a bunch of different side missions and side content to do, to like truly show off the world, I feel. But that's all for the video. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all like and subscribe for more. Peace out.